Welcome to the Nearly Coherent Podcast. I'm Ed, and joining me, a man so handsome that honestly my 5K screen doesn't do him justice. It's my handsome buddy, Jeff. Jeff, how are you?
I'm good, pal. You know, all things considered.
Yeah.
We're 2 months into the quarantine here in New York.
And where we are going to be going for month 3.
Oh, yeah. Every time we get close to the date, they go, yeah, no, it's going to be this date now.
Yeah.
So, who knows? We shall see.
Listen, can we speak about something good about the quarantine real quick?
Yeah, please.
I need to know what's going on with that magnificent merkin on the back of your head. Is it still there?
Yeah. Oh, it's there. I'm trying to square it off more and more, but I'm doing it blindly because my wife refuses to help me make sure that it's nice and neat. Because she's like, it's absolutely ridiculous that you're growing a square patch of hair on the back of your head to make a ponytail. You're completely bald. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it, but it's on the back. If I'm on video chats, if I'm on stuff for work, you can't tell. It's on the back of my head anyway.
Yeah.
My son said to me, Dad, it's ridiculous. It looks like you have 2 beards. You might as well just connect them. I'm like, Bing pot, pal. That's exactly what I'm going to do. He's like, no. We were actually on a bike ride. He's been riding his bike with me, and I've been riding my bike with him. We were out riding and talking, and he said that. And he's like, I'm going home. And he goes to turn around. I'm like, no. That's not how this works. You go where I tell you you're going. And we finished our ride, and he told me he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. But that's the way it goes sometimes.
So, are you going to do like the Thor thing where you get braids in your beard and then braid the ponytail and then just connect it?
Yeah. Once it's long enough, I could really pull 2 ponytails around, and I could part the beard in the middle.
Oh, you can.
I can connect the beard on each side to the ponytail. I think it's a good look.
Not only is it a good look, I think it is almost guaranteed to get you into season 2 of The Mandalorian. So you should definitely do that.
Which, by the way, here's a little bit more good news, not delayed.
Yeah.
So I'm digging that. And I'm not going to say spoiler alert because it's not even out yet and this is everywhere. But the dude that played Jango Fett in the prequel is playing Boba Fett in The Mandalorian Season 2.
Ugh. No, see, now you just made the entire thing terrible for me.
Why?
Keep Boba in his Sarlacc pit where he deserves to be.
He's back, baby. You can't keep Boba down. I don't get why he's so popular. Everybody loves him. I don't know. I feel like Boba Fett didn't do a whole heck of a lot.
No, he didn't. He just showed up.
He did some cool stuff, but he didn't do a whole hell of a lot to warrant being as popular as he is.
He looks cool. That's all he's got going.
He does. It looks very cool. And people are going to be like, yeah, but Mando is the star of the whole series.
Yeah.
I didn't like him the instant that I saw him.
No.
Once he started to talk and he starts to develop his character, yeah, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I love The Mandalorian. I am so excited that it's coming out. But enough about me. How are you doing?
You know, mostly I'm doing okay.
Okay. It's a positive start.
I do have a little problem that I'd like to run by you, if you have time.
Of course. For you, I'll make it.
You beautiful man, you. So, as you may recall, I had the AirPods Pro, and I returned them because I did not like them. It's too much money. The noise cancellation wasn't good because they updated the firmware and it sucked. There's a whole bunch of situations going on. So I was sticking with my Powerbeats Pros. But with the quarantine and whatnot, I had to go out, so I put on my new mask that I have, which is, you know, one of those standard masks, but it's got the picture that I had commissioned of sunshine on it.
Yeah.
So you just have a drawn picture of sunshine on the mask, and it loops behind my ears. And I was walking.
Christopher Walken?
I was Christopher Walken. These boots are made for Walken, a shoe store made exclusively for Christopher Walken.
Okay. Oh, really? We really derailed that. That is an interesting tangent. I don't know if we've gone on one quite like that.
Not in a while.
But you were out walking.
I was out walking with my mask on, and I had my Powerbeats on, and I had my sunglasses on. And as I was walking, I was coming to the realization the mask wraps around my ears, My glasses wrap around my ears. The power beats wrap around my ears. I got too much ear accoutrement going on right now. I don't know how I'm going to handle life like this. And I as I was walking back, I was just going, I'm going to have to buy those power beats again. I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah, that's a lot for your ears to, to ask of your ears.
Yeah.
That's a lot of support that they need to provide you.
And I don't have exceptionally large, I don't have like tiny itty bitty ears, but I don't have ears that can hold that much stuff that are meant to support that much weight.
Yeah, you need a big ass ear with some real like thick cartilage up top to really kind of hold all that in place.
That ain't how I'm designed.
Here's my suggestion for you.
Thank you. Yes.
Have you seen this band that goes on the back of your head? It has teeth coming off of it, and basically when you put your mask on, you hook the ear loops onto this band on the back of your head, and it ends up holding your mask by the back of your head by this band instead of putting the pressure on your ear. It's something that, I've seen. You can make it in a 3D printer. I've seen it like left and right where nurses and healthcare professionals are wearing, because they have masks on for 12 plus hours a day.
12 hours on a light day.
Yeah, right. They have those masks on all damn day. And supposedly this is like a big help as far as taking that pressure off your ears. So step one, now we're down to two things. Get the AirPod Pros.
Okay.
Which go in.
Yeah.
You're back to just glasses. And I know you can handle that because you wear them all the time.
I can.
Now, I'm going to remind you of something that you told me that I don't know if you have forgotten yet or not, but they have recently started making memory foam tips for the AirPods.
Girl, let me tell you, your boy did not forget. I just ordered a pair of those things for my Power Beats. And yeah, those will be here Thursday.
Abracadabra.
Yeah. And the memory foam things are not expensive. I thought that they were going to be something stupid. They're like $20 for 3 pairs.
That's not bad. For three sizes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can either get 3 of small, 3 of medium, 3 of large, or 1 of each set.
Okay, so if you're not sure what size to go with,
right,
you get the variety pack, if you will.
Yeah, so I want to get those. And they just released a new firmware that's supposed to be better for the noise cancellation.
When you say just released, how long ago?
Friday.
Interesting.
Maybe a little bit longer than that, but it was last week.
Okay. I believe that I upgraded because I've actually been having a problem with my Pros.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm getting a weird clicking. It almost sounds like the speaker is blown, but it's not. It's got something to do with the internals because it almost always happens when I have noise canceling on. And if a loud noise, whether it's like a sharp increase in my own voice's volume or somebody else in the background, when it's trying to cancel that out, I'm hearing something weird. So I actually had a support meeting with Apple 10 o'clock Sunday night. Told them all the testing that I did and everything, and they upped it to, escalated, whatever, next level. So hopefully they get back to me in the next couple of days, and it may just be mine. It's still under the warranty, so mine may just be the issue, and they'll be swapping them out for me. I don't know. So stay tuned for that. But other than having that issue recently, I love my Pros. I still, because I have a weird shaped ear or a slippery ear canal, whatever it is.
That old slippery canal.
Exactly. So the Power Beats Pros still stay better because of that hook and everything, but they are a little bit less comfortable because of that hook, and they don't have the noise canceling like the Pros do. And of course, the case is a behemoth in comparison.
I've got it sitting like a pet rock right on my desk right now.
I mean, I love it. It's nice, but it's not a pocket-friendly case.
No. And it's a little too big for my new regular carry bag. Like, these are fine for my backpack, but when I'm just carrying around my iPad Pro, that bag's smaller. It's a little bit difficult.
Yeah. Sold. Order them.
Done. I mean, not done yet. I'll have to just go and do it, but you've sold me on it. You've sold me on the concept. You've solved my problem.
So I solved one of your problems, and I am about to create another one.
Ooh, God. Getting rough here, but hit me.
I'm going to lay it out. I want your gut reaction, and then we'll have to talk it out.
All right.
Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider.
No. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Okay.
Who told you that?
Just one of the new rumors. Every week, I feel like every week there is a new rumor to who Keanu Reeves is going to be. The one thing that you see in common is they're all saying that Disney or Marvel is trying so hard to cast him in a role. I mean, hell, that might not be true. I think it would be. He's very popular.
I think Kevin, I don't know how you actually pronounce his name, but I just call it like the yogurt, Feige.
I've heard Feige also.
I've heard Feige too, but I prefer Feige.
So Feige.
Yeah, we're going to go with Feige. That's his name now.
Feige. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
KF. Actually, That would be Kevin Federline. We can't do that.
I will call him K-Fed.
All right.
And leave KF for this dude.
Perfect. I love it. I love your problem solving. This is beautiful. He did say in an interview at some point that they have spoken to Keanu Reeves basically on just about every movie, trying to figure out something for him to do. I'm presuming Black Panther being the outlier.
Yeah, that would probably raise a couple of eyebrows. What was that movie about Egypt? Was it Gods of Egypt?
Yeah.
And the whole fucking cast was white?
Yeah.
The whole cast was white.
It was just wall-to-wall honky.
What a disaster that was. Can you imagine if Disney had the balls to make Keanu Reeves the Black Panther, the king of the fictionalized country in Africa called Wakanda, and fucking Ted shows up? Let's be.
Neo shows up and he starts calling it Wakanda.
That'd be I like that. Well done.
Thank you.
So anyway, back to Keanu Reeves' Ghost Rider. That is something that, again, it's the latest rumor. And the one that I do think is kind of cool, because they're saying that there are going to be 2 new characters are confirmed for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. They have not confirmed, as far as I know, they've not confirmed who they are. But a big leaning, because this movie is basically like a horror almost, is that those 2 characters may very well be Blade and Ghost Rider.
I could buy Blade. I have serious doubts about Blade being in Doctor Strange, but I could buy that. Ghost Rider, I think, is too soon from being on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I also just don't think that wouldn't be where I'd put Keanu Reeves.
You know what? I would rather if they didn't also. I would much rather if they didn't also. I think there's a lot of other people, although, you know, you're thinking about it, right? Why would they bring a guy in that they're going to hide his face half the time? But that's what they've done with everybody.
Yeah.
But then I also think about it. How many people have they brought in that were as big of a star as Keanu Reeves is coming into it?
Robert Downey Jr.
And think about this.
And he was toxic in 2008.
Right. Robert Downey Jr. had a renaissance because of this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his movies that have done really well were either a number of years before or they've been since. So I would argue that Keanu Reeves is probably a bigger star coming into it than our DJ was going into it.
I think Cumberbatch, too, might also have the same effect.
Doesn't hide his face. Matter of fact, they make his face look infinitely better. Have you seen him without, like, the beard? He looks like the water creature from Hellboy.
Abe?
It's Abe Sapien. That he does. He looks like that.
Yeah, he does.
Without the Doctor Strange, I would just, if I was him, I would just be Doctor Strange all the time. I would walk around with the facial hair and all of that all the time. And meanwhile, he's like this super rich, famous movie star, and here I am with a beard on the back of my head. I shouldn't say shit, but I am. So that's the talk. I don't like the idea. You don't like the idea. Here's to hoping that doesn't come true.
Honestly, I think if they're going to bring him in, I'm not the casting director for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but if I were, at the very least, have him be Namor. At the best, have him be Silver Surfer. Don't waste your time with have Alex Winter be Ghost Rider, and then you can have Bill and Ted as Ghost Rider and Silver Surfer, and I'll go broke seeing that movie.
What about this? Let me pitch this one your way.
Lay it at me.
You have Keanu Reeves as Silver Surfer,
mm-hmm.
and you herald in Alex Winter as Galactus. You have Bill from Bill and Ted's and nothing else be be the main bad guy in the phase 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever the fuck phase this is of the MCU. You have it center around defeating Bill S. Preston Esquire as the eater. What is he?
The Devourer of Worlds.
The Devourer of Worlds. I'm laying it out there. You take it. If you don't like it, just give it back. I'll hold on to it. But that's where I'm going.
I'm not giving that back.
Have you heard a better idea?
I am holding on to that like Gollum has on a ring. I'm just going to sit here and call it my precious all night long. I love it.
Perfect. So that's what I heard. As much as I don't want him to be Ghost Rider, I really like him. So as long as he does something, I'm going to be okay with it. I'm not like a huge Ghost Rider fan, and most of that is because I hate Nicolas Cage and everything, and he ruined Ghost Rider like he did fucking everything else that he's been in.
We're going to have to not have that conversation because that's just going to... One of us is going to end up hurt, and I don't want it. I don't want it to happen.
Do you like Nicolas Cage?
Yes. I think Nicolas Cage he's a complete wild card. He's either the worst thing in the world or the best thing in the world. If he's given the license to go full Cage on something like he did with Into the Spider-Verse, I think it's brilliant.
You know what? That's a good point. Maybe I took too harsh of a stance. I am usually not a fan of Nicolas Cage. I feel like he doesn't act. I feel like he's just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
With Nicolas Cage with a mullet. And you're in Con Air. Nicolas Cage stealing cars is Gone in 60 Seconds. Like, Nicolas Cage with his face on fire is Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
That's just what I feel like with him, is that I don't know, like, he's always the same, and I'm just not a huge fan of his.
Oh, you're not wrong. He is always the same.
Oh, and Ghost Rider was terrible, by the way.
Oh, Ghost Rider sucked.
Okay, there we go.
I don't for a moment think that I was giving that a thumbs up.
I like Ghost Rider less than Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I almost called it Dirt Devil, like my grandma's vacuum.
To be fair, you've said that you like Ben Affleck's Daredevil, so we're not going to go there.
Listen, I like it better than other stuff.
Yeah, I like it better than getting my dick smashed in with a sledgehammer. Doesn't mean I want to watch it.
Hey, speaking of Daredevil, and speaking of people coming to the MCU, there's a lot of talk that Matt Murdock may be one of Peter Parker's lawyers in the next Spider-Man. Would you like to see it, yes or no?
Would I like to see it? Sorta. I would like to see Spider-Man and Daredevil interact in an MCU movie. I don't necessarily want Sony having any way of going, oh, Daredevil belongs with Spider-Man now.
Okay.
So that's a little sticky for me.
That's fair. That's fair. I would like it because, as you know, he's my favorite, and I would love to see him back in the movies, especially because all these other characters that I liked, and was even characters that I was kind of so on, and ones that I'd never heard of, I love now. So to see one of my favorites come to life would be great.
Here's my problem with a Daredevil movie. Daredevil is one of those characters where he shouldn't have just a 2-hour story.
Agreed.
It needs to be a serial. It needs to be like the Netflix series.
Totally agree.
That needs to be a slow burn. I would also say the same thing of like Howard the Duck, and Spider-Man kind of could fit in that mold too, but also works in a movie because of just who he is.
Yeah. Spider-Man's a big enough name that he can carry a single adventure, but you're right. You can't one and done Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He needs to be in a lot of stuff. You're spot on when it comes to Daredevil also. And that is, I thought the Netflix series worked great. It was better than anything else that I've seen him in, which is really only the movie that I can recall.
Yeah.
But I liked Charlie Cox as him.
Oh, he was great.
I would love to see it continue. I mean, I know that they didn't necessarily create it all, and they had a hand in it, and then they didn't. I don't know what the deal is with all of that, but you created these characters that people loved, that guarantee you can bank on these characters in movies. I don't think Daredevil should have his own movie.
No.
I think it should be, he joins into various things, although I also didn't think Ant-Man should have his own movie, and I loved them, but they are more or less the throwaway movies of the MCU.
Yes. Okay, so I think the best way for me to think about it is Ant-Man you can put against a bigger evil scientist sort of thing.
Yes.
Daredevil you can put against Kingpin, but Kingpin is a strategist. It needs to be a slower burn for him.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Totally.
If you're going to do a movie, I guess Bullseye would kind of work, but I'd still prefer that to be a longer sort of thing. Ant-Man, because just based on the types of villains he faces, that's easier to do a bigger scope thing. Mm-hmm. Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Ghost Rider, honestly, all work better as longer, slow burn, street level. Punisher, all would be things that would have to be dragged out because of just the characters that they fight, the things that they deal with, and the complexity of trying to get it all to work.
You're absolutely right. But that's what I said. I don't think he needs his own movie. I would like to start seeing these characters pop up in places.
Yeah.
You need to expand. You have certain people going away, and I know that it's a comic book universe, so anybody could show up literally at any time. If Robert Downey Jr. was like, hey, I need to make another Iron Man, they'd be like, yeah, no, we could do that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got you.
Here's the thing. When they cancel all these series, the whole big hullabaloo was Netflix had the rights to them for 5 years after the contract ended or something like that. That was like 4.5 years ago now.
Okay.
So what if in Phase 5, the Disney Plus or a Hulu series starts up of all the Defenders again?
When you think about dollars and cents, you know that those were popular. Wildly so.
Except for Iron Fist.
Yes. And deservedly, that show sucked. But as a whole, the Defenders, especially, I think Jessica Jones, Punisher, Daredevil were the biggest, especially Daredevil. And then
Luke Cage
was also very popular and very well received. They'd be foolish to just let that stuff go. So maybe we'll see something.
I hope so. It's the only thing that Marvel TV Studios did besides... I mean, like, they did a bunch of stuff, but that was one of the things that I actually thought that they did well.
Something about WandaVision has rubbed me the wrong way already. I don't know what to expect out of that. Meanwhile, I like both of them.
Yeah.
I really do. I like both of them. I would love to see more of them. I will absolutely watch the show, but I think it's the way they framed it up.
So what you want to do is go read the recent Vision series by Tom King.
Okay.
A lot of that is going to factor into the tone of the show, and that shit is weird.
Okay.
Weird and dark and good. And
I'm good
very,
with all that.
very, very stereotypical Tom King in that it's, a lonely guy stares out a window for 8 panels. That's what he does.
Okay.
He's a very good writer. Don't get me wrong. I say that with the utmost respect. I loved his Mr. Miracle. It drove me into massive depression, but it was also really good. Vision. His Batman's been great. All of which you should read.
Tom King.
Tom King. Yep.
Okay. So we've talked a bit about the hypothetical. I read some news today that while I'm not especially interested in, I would love to hear your opinion. And it actually ties into Disney Plus. This is professional journalism here.
My God, what a transition.
Yes.
Folks, you don't get this from lesser podcasts.
Especially when we call it out and point out when we do it correctly.
Yeah, you don't get that from better podcasts, but you don't get these transitions from lesser podcasts. So we're in that sweet spot.
Right in that mediocre center. So Disney Plus.
Yeah.
The decision has been made that Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda's uber successful Broadway musical, is skipping the theatrical release altogether and going to Disney Plus.
Yep.
So weigh in.
So first of all, it was supposed to originally come to Disney Plus in October 15th, 2021. And now they've pushed it up to July 3rd, 2020. If you know anything about me, you know that I love musical theater.
Oh, yeah. There was a very good reason for me asking you this question.
Yeah, I am as excited about this as I would be anything that you... Like, if you told me that there was going to be a musical Fast and the Furious movie.
Which would be great.
This is extremely exciting. I already have it in my calendar down. I'm off that day. By coincidence, but if I wasn't off that day, I would be putting in a time off request right now.
His stars aligned.
Yeah, I am extremely excited for it. I am also extremely worried, and here's why. So you know Splash, the movie that's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
There's a scene where you see Daryl Hannah's butt in it. Nothing super scandalous, but Disney Plus edited that. Disney has gone on the record as saying that that it's basically for Disney Plus, they want to keep it at low end PG-13 and lower.
Right.
Hamilton has all the swears in it. That is not a clean show. This isn't Oklahoma or Sound of Music. They get into some words that I do not think Disney would necessarily want there. So I'm a little worried that they're going to edit or cut or censor it in a certain way, and I don't want to see that. I want to see a recording of the original cast doing the show.
Okay.
I'm extremely concerned that there's going to be, just like the original release of Star Wars, we're never going to see the original cut of what this was. And that irritates me to no end.
You know what? I didn't think of it, and I guess I didn't think that there was enough in there that would warrant being cut. Have you seen Hamilton?
No, I do not make that much money.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. I happen to love musical theater. Not as much as you, but I do love it. Now, I saw Les Miserables when I was young, like junior high. Obviously, as a teenage jerk off, I didn't know what I was, I didn't understand what I was seeing, certainly didn't appreciate it. But as I got older, I've gone to various Broadway productions, and I have never once been less than thrilled.
Yeah.
Chicago is probably the one that going into it, you would be like, Jeff's not going to like this. And I thought it was fantastic. If it was just a movie and it wasn't a musical, would I watch it? Nah, most likely not. But that's the point. The talent of the folks that take this stage, do this thing without a safety net every day in front of people is mind-boggling to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I do enjoy it, and I will definitely watch this. I would have been none the wiser had you not ruined it for me. So you better hope that they don't.
Sorry.
That's all right. I don't know what the original is supposed to be like. Like, I've never heard the original cast recording or anything.
Honestly, you will know within the first 6 words, because the opening is, how does a bastard orphan son of a whore? If they get through that, I'm pretty sure that you're going to get mostly through.
Probably smooth sailing from there. Okay. Well, we don't have long to wait.
And the added bonus is, as far as I'm aware, there isn't really that much speaking in Hamilton. It is just basically straight through music. So you can just play the soundtrack and just watch their mouths move.
I hope they edit it the way I watched Tango and Cash be edited on Pix 11, where you still see them say the curse, but they put some other word that starts with the same letter over it, which I think is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Falcon, or something like that.
Yeah. All right, so ups and downs all over the place this week, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing well. Maybe we'll start doing a little bit better. Let's see. Hopefully the state doesn't keep moving the goalpost on us, but, who knows?
They will.
I'm sure. I'm just trying to be positive.
Bah.
Phooey. So, you got anything else for me?
No. The minute you said phooey, I got nothing.
You quit? All right. End it on a high then.